And good morning, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. And let me open up with a song first. Get warmed up here. If I keep looking over, it's because I'm looking at my audio settings, because a lot of times I play something soft, and then when I play something loud, then the volume settings are off. All right, here we go. All right. Well, what was my setup? You know, it's funny you ask. You know why? Because I was going to tell you. Here's what I used. Can you see that? Oh, now if I got to do this, if I want this screen for you guys, I'm going to have to do this. I put it on a speaker view. When I'm doing these classes, I always like to put in a gallery mode because I like to look at the people like I'm a crowd instead of myself like this. But for you to see what I'm doing up there, but you can see here too, so if I change it, right? Okay, so the setup that I used was called, what was it? Oh, I used Big Band Fast, which is on the music style here. Oh, that looks fuzzy when you blow it up, doesn't it? On the big band and swing button, I used Big Band Fast, and then I just used 1 through 16. I actually, normally I start at number 1, but I went to number 3 as I was testing the sound out. And then I went to 4, and then I went to 5 and 6. It gave me some organ sounds. And then I finished with number 9. Okay? Yeah. So, and just as a reminder, there's 16 presets broken up into 4 categories. 1 is kind of like the most ideal variety. I like to call it a variety of presets for every style. 5 through 8 gives me a lot of organ combinations. Okay? 9 through 12 are considered solo type instruments that'll work for the style you're using. And then 13 to 16, if you get to that, are bigger sounds. There are a lot of harmonies used in that. Okay? But I'm going to have a little fun today. I'm going to probably just, I think it's going to be a short class, and then it never turns out to be. But, yes.
I'm a little slow today.
You're slow today?
A little slow today.
Okay.
What was the name of that song?
Oh, the name of the song.
Lady and the Tramp? Yeah.
Close.
Lady is a Tramp?
Lady is a Tramp. Lady and the Tramp was the Disney movie. But I think it's called Lady is a Tramp. I know it as Frank Sinatra. That was the name of the song. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple songs and kind of share. I'm not going to get too nitty-gritty of all the setups, because when I do that, I can take one song and be here forever with one. But I'm just going to give you an overview. But really, what I want to do is show how to use a USB loading setups and how to use it to your advantage a little bit. Because all of the organs of today, top of the line models, even our top of the line Yamaha keyboard, or anything that has a USB in it, there's typically hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of presets in those, right? And I can tell you in over 30 years, anytime we show someone a new model that has more presets, here's the most common thing that I hear. I don't use all of the ones that I have now. Do you use all the ones you have now? Probably not. You'd have to sit there, pick a style, go through 1 through 16 and play a song and just make sure you keep playing it to use them all. Then you pick another style, go 1 through 16 and do that over and over again. And it's not designed to be that way. However, over time we tend to find presets that work for us, right, when we're playing, and we kind of have our favorites. The next ideal option is, like I have a USB in here, is if I was to create, or someone was to create, Marco in this case, he'll create some quick setups for a song. Maybe we like to customize what's on the instrument rather than what's built in and create some other custom settings. I mean, if you think about it, there's 16 setups for every style that's in this instrument. That's a lot of setups when you're dealing with, I think it's over 200 or something like that. It's 200, even if it was just 200, 200 times 16 is a lot, right? And the thought process would be, why would you need more than that? It's not so much of having more, it's having different settings that fit what you want. So for example, if I was to play a song like Silent Night, you know, or anything that's in the waltz category, what do I typically do? My starting point is I pick a style, and I go to the waltz category, and then I put on, I'll start with something. I have 1-16, it sets up all of the 16 presets, and then maybe an intro, and then I play. That's the intro. Or if I don't want to play holiday music, I'm in the mood for something. And then I just switch to preset. So I find the ones that I really enjoy playing with that song. And so forth. And what happens is, as I find certain settings, I say to myself, oh, I like that, but I may want to use it with, oh my goodness.
You froze.
Yes, I froze. I keep getting these, I must get 20 calls a day from whatever this is, wanting to offer me $70,000, and the IRS is, and I can't get rid of them. I've gotten on the phone and said some rude things to them, and it doesn't work. Anyway, so hopefully it won't happen again. Anyway, so back on track, more better things. So sometimes I like to take a setting and then create my own, or tweak, and then I save them onto the instrument. Creating, saving, putting it to a USB has traditionally, no matter how easy it is, has always been a slight challenge for most students. Most. But what most students have an easy time with is if I handed a stick and I said, when you load this song, play presets 1 through 5 or 1 through 8, and you'll get 8, 5, or whatever great settings for that song. So I put a few together. I tweaked them a little bit. You may have a copy of this, you may not. I'm going to show you how to load it in on here. So if you ever get a stick, or you bring your own and I copy the file, and I say, hey, try these settings off, I want to show you how to do that, okay? Now, I'm going to do this with one camera. So, all right, bear with me for a second. I'm going to experiment with something here. I'm going to try to recreate All right, so this is going to be tricky because I can only zoom in so much. And I'm going to do this angle. You might be able to see this, you may not. If I move any closer, I might get you motion sickness. So when I put the USB in, all right, hope I got a good USB. I put the USB in. I don't know, it says, you may not have seen it. At the top left corner it says scanning disk, and now it says USB ready, okay? And over to the left here, there's a little button that I'm going to zoom over. I'm going to take you on a little ride for a moment, okay? Whee! Okay. You need some Dramamine, that's for sure. All right, right there it says load, registration, MIDI song, registration, okay? Now I'm going to pause this so I don't keep recording. All right, so basically over here you can load songs or setups, and they refer to them as registrations. A lot of us are familiar with the term presets, right? So I'm going to just push, it says ready. I'm going to press registration under the load, and what happens in the screen, I get a list of settings here, okay? And what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to take a screenshot of this a little bit later, so when I repost this video, you'll see a close-up of what I'm doing, all right? So I don't have to keep moving the camera all around on you. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer here, about as close as I can get, okay, without crushing myself. Can you see that okay? All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so in the screen, I'm going to read what you see right now. It says Marco Estey Zoom registrations, okay? And right next to it, it says folder. It's very important to know that, okay? The way that the Estey MK-5000 works is like a computer, okay? A computer allows you, and what a computer does is it's like having an office with a bunch of filing cabinets. Think of your house. Think back in the day when there was no computers, and if you wanted to save files, you maybe had a cabinet, right? And then in that cabinet, you put a file folder, my taxes, my file folder for my insurance papers, my file folder for whatever. And if you wanted to keep saving, and you ran out of room, what did you have to do? Get another cabinet, right? And then at some point, you have to go through all those papers and throw them away and shred it to make room. Well, on a computer, it's the same thing. A computer is like an office that you can have multiple filing cabinets and files and folders. And that's what it is. So when you have a computer, you can open up your filing cabinet and create a folder, and in that folder you could put copies of all of your music or your interests. You could save copies like I do on the computer. This works just like that, okay? So when I zoom back over here as best as I can, I'm going to read it to you, and it says Marco Estey Zoom registration. It's kind of abbreviated, and next to it, it says type. It says folder. That means if I open that folder, I'm going to find some files in there. Okay, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Right below it, there's one that calls system volume information. That's not going to do me any good for the purpose of today. And right below that, it says autumnleaves.reg. Besamamucho.reg. HeyJude.reg. It says HeyJude.wave. ImagineByRobert.mid. ImagineByRobert.reg. SilentNight.reg. Let me see what happens if there's any more. Oh, SilentNight.wave and UnchainedMelody.reg. And here's what that means. If it's a reg, it means it's registrations. It means it's presets, okay, that I might have created on here and saved onto the USB. If it says wave, that's a type of audio format. And the best way to explain it, think of it like when you listen to a CD. Do we still listen to CDs?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes cars are not having them anymore. You know,
Yeah.
everything is, I don't even have CDs anymore. Everything's on my phone. All my music. iTunes, or it's not even iTunes, everything's Apple Music and Amazon Music and Pandora. It's basically millions of songs that you can access without having to buy a CD, right? Imagine millions of CDs. So those are basically WAV, and then another one is called MIDI, all right? Now WAV, just for FYI, is a format that will play in a car, will play, so if I record it, works like a CD, okay? And it's typically a larger file size. MIDI, if I record a song on here and I do it in a MIDI format, it'll sound great on here because it's using the settings on here. But if you go and put it in a computer, it kind of sounds a little more computerized. So typically when we record MIDI file, why would we do that? Because it's a smaller size and it sounds best on the product. Even behind me, the Genos product, I have two formats. Typically we record them in MIDI because when you're going to play it back on there, it plays it back, sounds just like we recorded it. If I put it in a computer, it sounds very, I'm trying to find a delicate word for saying doesn't sound very good. All right? If I want it to sound great, I do it in another higher type of audio format, okay? But we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about reg, which is short for registration, okay? So that's a lot of information for, I'm just going to push my reg over here, and I scroll through, and let's say I want to do, I mentioned Silent Night, so I scroll to and I highlighted Silent Night. Now all I have to do at this point is confirm it, and then it'll ask me if I'm sure, and then I just do it again. Now, when I push A1, my setups for Silent Night are built into the instrument. Now I could play Silent Night, but because Silent Night is a waltz, I could do some other waltz settings. But originally I did it to oh wait, I want to do something else that I'm going to show you in a little bit. Okay. Let me just put it, okay. There we go. I'll tell you what I did in a moment. Okay, let's say we're not in that time of the year. Let me just play another waltz. Let me see. Here we go. Pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what happened. Ooh, that's what I wanted happen, but there's a reason why I had to go into the settings. So by the way, that style is a waltz, of course, but it's not your traditional waltz. The actual waltz that I used was Hawaiian waltz. Hawaiian waltz. Okay, now I didn't use the custom presets here, or the ones that were in there. I had some of my own presets that I created, and I can't remember if I went past 4 or 5. Let's see. Yeah, I went it up to 5, but I only used 4 in there. And so when I pushed number 1, I had it set so I would start off without a style, gave me this, and then I had a nice little harp sound there, or bell tree, what do they call that? Now listen. And then I went to this. Oh, I got the intro on. Let me go. See if I remember how to play Beautiful Dreamer. So by the way, for all of you who have Esteys, I'm going to send those presets out in an email to you. And then here, just bring in a USB. I'll just copy it for you. Okay? So let me talk a little bit about now. I'm going to load in another one, so I'm going to repeat the process. You notice I had a little bell tree there. Okay? So here's another one. So I'm going to push registration load again. Let's see if we can do this screen. I know it's not, it's kind of tiny and pixelated in this view. And I'm going to scroll through, let's see, Unchained Melody. But I will tell you what style I used to create it. And I'm going to hit confirm, confirm. And let me just push my presets here. I don't think I have a lot of presets. Or maybe I do, 5, 6, oh my gosh, 7, 8 presets? Wow. Oh, let me push A, sorry. Oh. You ever pushed the wrong button? Okay. A, 1, never. Okay. Confirm. Are you sure? Okay. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to get my music for this one. I forgot I did these. Okay. So I won't play the whole, I won't go through back and all the repeats, but I'll play it enough so you can hear all the presets. So I selected Unchained Melody, confirm. These presets are the ones that I created. And let's see what happens. I got an intro. Ooh. So the style I used was called Cat Ballad. Cat Ballad. That's one of the styles that we put in here. And obviously I have some tempo was at, what is it, 78, and obviously I had some pianos and some strings or what have you. However, now I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm actually reaching up, hitting to fit my fill up here. Now I'm doing that because of the setting and I want people to see what I'm doing, but I can change this motion sensor to do certain things. So earlier in the previous song, I did the bell tree or what have you. So what I can do is go in here, and then there's obviously a feature. You go into the menu, and I basically go to the screen that says, oops, wrong button, there we go, page down, system, and I can choose in the motion here, I can choose sticks, like you're, I guess, a conductor. I can do bell tree up, I can do bell tree down, I can do gong, watch out. Woo. Bass drums, crash cymbals for finales, jingle bells. Okay, I can do start or stop. I can do fills. I can do intros, endings, all sorts of little things. But let me go, what I would probably normally do if I was doing a song like that, instead of reaching up and hitting a button, I probably would leave it on fill while I was doing that. Okay? Now, if I want to keep that motion sensor where it's at, there is a feature that actually locks it so it won't change on you. And so as I was playing, I could have easily just move your hand, wave it over it, and it instantly activates the features you have. So pretty cool stuff.
Cool.
I have a couple other ones that I'm going to do here. Let's see here. How about, let me hit load registration. I'll do, let's see if I could do this without the music. Imagine. Okay. So I hit 1. And let's see what style that I use for this one. Oh, piano ballad. Okay, let's see what happens. I think I know this one by heart. If not, I'll goof it up somewhere and I'll just continue. Okay, you know what? I think what I want to do is put bell tree in here. I'll go in here, put, let's see. Did I turn it off? Oh, I have something else programmed, sorry. All right, so what I'm going to do is start it off here with a chord. All right, keep your fingers crossed. I haven't played this in a while, so. Piano ballad is the style I'm using. Beautiful. I can't go through all the different settings. We'd be here for a while, so I'll just give them to you. But I used, when you load them, when you get them, there's 1 through 8. Okay, so just kind of make a note to that. All right, I'll do one more here. And you know what's really cool? I have been doing a lot of experimenting, pushing buttons. A lot of people, I can't tell you how many times we say this over and over and over, right? People are afraid to push buttons because they don't want to mess up the organ. I'm just randomly pushing buttons here. I don't know what I'm doing, right? I'm looking at you over there. I'm just pushing buttons. Just remember, every organ has an on and off switch. And every organ has a reset of some sort. So, you know, on here, it's just real simple. I just press the two together, and it says initialize all. I can do that, confirm, and boom. back to set. Back to the, right from the factory. Now I have my USB in. I just press load. Let's see here. Oh, here's one that I like to play a lot. Besame mucho. I'm going to hit confirm. But I think I want to do something different here. Let me see what presets I have, first of all. Yeah, I think I only got 4 in this one. So what I want to do is have some fun with this little motion here. So I'm going to go to my menu, and I'm going to put, let's see, I could do the bell tree. Maybe I'll do, oh. I think I want to do, where did it go? Okay, so here's what we'll do. This is kind of fun.
Okay.
What's that? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm thinking this in the moment here, okay? At some point, I'm going to want the motion sensor to do the gliding, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock it. So I'm going to go to the menu, and I'm just going to go to my lock. And I'm going to lock my motion sensor, okay? So easy enough. So right now, what I'm going to also do is bring up my motion sensor because I want to change it as I go. I'm going to leave it kind of sitting there. But here's the other little thing that I want to do. I've got, what style am I using here? Los Trios, okay? I think I'm going to get a little loud. Let me check my audio settings here. See if it gets a little louder here. Okay, I'll turn it down there a little bit. Okay, but as I'm playing, I want to try some other Latin styles while I'm playing. Okay, so there is a lock button, and it's not called lock on the Estey. It's a D button. I think it stands for disable, and basically you're disabling all of the settings. So as I'm playing, you might see me reach over here, down in this corner here, the D button, okay? And I'll do that when I'm deciding that I want to switch different styles. But what I want to do is, while I'm playing, I want to have some fun with this little motion sensor. Okay, so let me pull up the motion sensor. And I think before I do the bending of the notes, maybe I'll do the, I guess I'll do the bell tree. Oh, where did it go? Oh, see, I did it again. Motion sensor. All right, so confirm. All right. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to use Los Trios, but as I'm playing, what I want to do is use other styles with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my disable button, and as I'm doing the disable button, then I'm going to switch rhythm styles as I go. So let me start off with Los Trios. Let's see here, ballroom. There we go, 1 to 16. I put on my disable button. switch to rumba. Here we go. My bend on. I locked it. I'm going to switch to another Latin style. How about cha-cha? Well, I enjoyed that. Did I tell you what style I was using as I was going? I said cha-cha. I was rambling off. I hope you caught it, because if you asked me, I wouldn't remember.
Did you say ballroom?
Well, Los Trios is actually in the ballroom category, which is like a Latin style when I heard it. But while I was playing, I switched over to the Latin button. And then I think I started with bossa nova, but I didn't want that, so I went over to rumba in the same Latin category. Then I switched to cha-cha, and I think that's where I ended up at. And I was just randomly using the presets that were built into it. Okay? So I didn't use the bend as much as I thought I was going to, because I don't like when I have strings on, I'm not going to bend the note. Okay? If I have a trumpet or something like that, I like to do that. Or sometimes I like to just take. Okay, so a lot of times I like to take. Or you can do the vibrato. Or you can slowly mute it. Kind of use it however you want, however you see fit. Okay? Let me go back here then, so I show my face a little bit today. So I hope you enjoyed today's little, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to play some music, teach a little bit stuff along the way, give you some ideas for some of the songs. Even if you don't have the product, if you have the similar styles, you can use those. Okay? Well, thank you for joining me today. Hope and you're taking time out of your schedule on this lovely Friday morning/afternoon. And we'll see you real soon. I'll do another one of these in the very, very near future. Thank you so much. As always, stay safe. Play music every day. Be kind to one another. I always say, be kind to the Fletcher salespeople. All right. Thank you. See you real soon.